Goyder.
Mr Deputy Speaker, this week marks National Volunteer Week. This year's theme is Connecting Communities. And I'd just like to rise today to acknowledge some of the fantastic volunteers I have in my community and across the Territory, Mr Deputy Speaker. These are people who give up their time, their effort, their money in many cases, just to make the world a better place. So I'd like to give a quick shout out to some of the many wonderful volunteers and people in my electorate. I'd like to shout out the people who are involved with Wildcare NT, Mr Deputy Speaker. I recently had a bat caught on a fence at my block, and I called Wildcare NT, right? I looked at it, it had big sharp claws. I said, not today, Mr Deputy Speaker. So I rang the professionals, and within 10 minutes they were at my gate freeing this bat. Now, I'm not quite sure what happened to that bat after they took it away to go to the vet, but in my heart it's out there being free. Now, Mr Deputy Speaker, I've got a lot of love for the Scouts organisation in the Northern Territory and across Australia, and Scouts especially in 𝙍𝙀𝙇𝙬𝙎 and Howard Springs and Palmerston and all the way down in Alice Springs. I know they do fantastic work, and they're built on the back of volunteers. There's parents who give their time and effort to make sure not only their kids have a great time, but other kids do too. So if Gail, you're listening from Alice Springs, you're doing a fantastic job there. Shane, you're doing a great job in Palmerston. Wayne and Ben and all the team at 𝙍𝙀𝙬𝙬𝙬, and of course Evan at Howard Springs, you're doing a great job. I'd also like to shout out those who volunteer in some more corporate style roles such as reserve boards, such as the Fred's Pass Recreation Reserve Board and the McMinns Lagoon Board. Now I know Brian is probably not there at home watching tonight, but I'll make sure he gets a copy of this speech. But people like Brian have dedicated more than 40 years of their lives just to make the world a better place. We've also got, of course, quite a few different sporting organisations in my electorate. And again, without the dedicated people who do the coaching, who do the sausages, who do the cutting up the oranges for the field, even just setting up for the day. And these goes from everything from polo cross, and I know the member for Nelson loves his polo cross team, but that's the Palmerston Polo Cross, the Litchfield, the Howard Springs, the 𝙍𝙀𝙬𝙬𝙬, the Noonamah, and of course the NT Polo Cross Association. It's filled with people who volunteer their time and energy just to make sure everyone else can have a great time. At Fred's Pass, the home to many sports in the rural area, we've got the Darwin Quarter Horse Association, the Dressage Club, the Show Jumping Club, the Show Club, the Positive Dog Training Club, the Litchfield Football Club, the Litchfield Bears, the Noonamah Horse and Pony, the Rural Athletics, Southern Districts Cricket Club, Southern Districts Football Club, and of course the mighty Swamp Dogs. And again, each of these clubs is filled with people who dedicate their time and energy to make the world a better place, and I thank them for it. We've also, of course, got those who keep us safe, Mr Deputy Speaker. We've got a lot of wonderful volunteer fire brigades in the rural area. And I'd like to give a big shout out to the Coolpinya, 𝙍𝙀𝙬𝙬𝙬, Elizabeth Valley, Lambles Lagoon, Mackay, Point Stewart, Acacia Hills, Manton, Virginia Bees Creek, and Adelaide River Fire Brigades that protect the rural area. I'd also like to shout out to those who are involved with the community gardens. And I know the member for Breitling loves his community garden almost as much as I love mine in 𝙍𝙀𝙬𝙬𝙬. But Mr Deputy Speaker, without the tireless effort of volunteers, these things wouldn't exist. And of course, we also have school boards and fundraising committees and everything associated with those. And I do note this Friday, the 𝙍𝙀𝙬𝙬𝙬 Primary School has their sports day, and the SRC are learning how to volunteer nice, young and early. And they'll be running a fundraiser to raise money for more sporting equipment. So I look forward to popping down and saying hello. And you've got other organisations in the rural area and across the Darwin, Palmerston and the Territory, such as the Lions Club, the Rotary Club, the Friends of Fog Dam, Veterans NT, and quite a few other different associations. I know I'm forgetting a few, but their efforts are appreciated each and every day. And similarly, you've got the Mackay Progress Association. I love Mackay, I love corroboree, and they do fantastic work out there. So, Mr Deputy Speaker, I'll finish up now, but I just want to say thank you to each and every Territorian and Australian who gets out there and volunteers their time and energy and effort just to make the world a better place. Your efforts are appreciated, and without you, our society and our community would not be the same. Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Member for